Welcome to VB Friday Night Football here in Melbourne. Parramatta face the difficult assignment of heading down to Amy Park here and taking on the Melbourne Storm. We were here just 5 days ago to bring you the Storm versus the Sharks, and Melbourne find themselves in an interesting position here, hoping to avoid a third consecutive loss, something they haven't done since way back in 2015. It goes to demonstrate how consistent this Melbourne outfit is. And it's an important match in terms of minor premiership and top four machinations as well. If they beat Parramatta tonight, Melbourne, and the Roosters were to lose on Sunday in Canberra, the Storm would finish the round in first. But if they lose tonight and Penrith were to beat Newcastle tomorrow, then the Storm could sink to fourth position. So there is a fair bit on the line tonight. Of course, the form of these respective teams really conflicts with their ladder positions. Parramatta 15th heading in, but they've won 3 of their last 4. And they really did decimate the Dragons last Saturday night. 40 points to 4 the score there. That's the same Dragons outfit which has led the premiership for a long part of the season. Well, Michael Jennings, the only Eels player to feature in every match so far this year. He's even played a New South Wales Cup game as well to throw into the mix there. But he's closing in on the top 20 try scorers list in premiership history. He's only 3 tries away from equalling the current 20th place player in Anthony Minicello. Just 4 tries in 18 games for Michael, though, against the Melbourne Storm. Yeah,
played every game in the NRL. He also played one basically in reserve grade for the weekend off, so he's had a good workload this season. We'll be looking to be disciplined to start the game against Melbourne. They won the penalty count last week against the Dragons 7-1 going into the break, but they earned those. Ball control was unbelievable, 23 from 25 in the first 40 minutes. Cameron Smith becomes the first player to play 100 games at this ground. Boy, has there been some success amongst those.
Particularly against Parramatta. Overall, Peter, he's played them 18 times before tonight for 15 wins. That's a great record. Well, their defence and discipline overall was very uncharacteristic last Sunday. They missed 41 tackles, Melbourne, against the Sharks, the most they've missed in a game all season.
The second half defence of Cronulla was quite remarkable. Stimpson, Curtis Scott both looked like they were going to score tries but were denied. I think a bigger concern for Craig Bellamy was their second half performance against South Sydney a week earlier. So I'll be looking for a full 80-minute performance tonight. A finals type performance.
Yes, and they are the final specialists looking for a third consecutive minor premiership, Melbourne. A team that won 8 straight matches between rounds 12 and 20. And they'll be hoping to get their premiership campaign back on track. Many people tipping Parramatta to put up a brave fight, considering them an upset chance this evening. We'll see in 80 minutes' time. So Jesse Bromwich, as is invariably the case with the first run for Melbourne in the match, and now the super tough Dale Finucane played 50 minutes last week against the Sharks, 150 running metres. Christian Welsh up into the starting lineup tonight. Moroa there with Marnie for the Eels to make the tackle. Now Bromwich once more.
Yeah, I think you'll see Cameron Smith kick early a fair bit. The opening of this game is Munster down the short side, finds support on his outside.
Stimpson, the man playing it back. They've run with plenty of intent the first set of the match here, Melbourne, and Smith with a kick along the deck and retrieved by George Jennings. He has 8 tries for Parramatta in 17 games so far this season. Good tackle there. Strong shot on the ball runner Gutherson by Stimpson. And played back by Varve, who was into the starting team. Here's an early chance for Parramatta, and Hayne, who despite wearing number 2, will rove right around the park. Now Moses goes for a run, gives it to Jennings, back on the inside to Norman. The ball's been left behind, then it's a knock on, but that's an encouraging start for Parra.
All up, mate. Yeah, great signs by Parramatta. And to beat the Melbourne Storm, you need to have ball movement. Nathan Brown, beautiful pass to Jared Hayne. And then Moses gets into the line, for his Jennings up on the outside. Half a chance here. Great tackle, Slater on Corey Norman. But that's the key to playing the Storm. You have to move them around, have to take some chances. Just get bogged down, they'll just wrestle you and control the ruck. But some good signs for Parramatta.
And again, so much talk about Jared Hayne, but that's the beauty of giving him a roving commission, which he has. He won't always be on the wing as the scrum win goes Melbourne's way. Curtis Scott tackled just inside his own 30.
Got 3 tries in the first half against the Dragons last week. Here's Slater. Blistering run from Billy,
his
who's
head hits
taken down.
His head hits the ground here, Billy Slater. He's dazed. Just watching him back play. Look at him, gets whiplash. Head into the ground.
Well, he seems okay. He's just behind the ruck area. As Croft gives the ball away. Now an inside pass to Vunivalu off Chambers. He's still going here. Suliasi Vunivalu, 8 tries in his last 8 games. He comes back to the centre of the field. And he goes around in a circle. And then he decides just to come pretty meekly in the end. 26 out from the Eels line. Plenty of attacking enterprise in the first 3 minutes here at AAMI Park. Joe Stimson taken 15 short of the line. Smith to the left. Munster shaped the kick the first time. It bounced away off a Parramatta leg. It wasn't played at, so it's still the last. And Croft now will kick towards Vunivalu's wing. Up he goes. Takes the catch. Can't keep it alive.
Tackled before he takes possession of the ball. Yes.
What are they saying here? Tackled before he caught the ball.
He tackles him before he catches it.
And George Jennings, he sees the ball. The correct ruling.
The line. Hold. On the line now, Corey.
They've met 6 times previously at AAMI Park. A couple of wins for Parramatta, 4 for Melbourne. And Finucane now 4 metres out. Right in the centre of the ground here. Where will Smith go? Sends it over to his young halfback in Croft. And then Felice Kafusi is put down a couple of metres short of the line. Spun away to Smith, who's in the first receiver. Now to Munster, now to Stimson. Running at Moses, but he stood up to him, the young halfback. That's the line. That's Smith, that's Finucane. Moroa in 12, coming across to make the tackle. He's playing in the front row tonight, Tepai. Now Jesse Bromwich, the benchmark for front rowers, nearly at the line, can't get there. Last play. Smith sweeps it away. They've got some numbers out here. Munster decided to kick. The ball bounces up on its end. Still alive. Parramatta win it back. Jennings will be dragged.
Oh, it was a wicked bounce. And Michael Jennings has done a great job to defuse that situation. Clint Gutherson claiming that he had players pushed. But the kick from Munster was a beauty. Straight into the ground, so it is going to bounce up high at some stage. Couple of air swings there, and fortunately for the blue and golds, Michael Jennings was able to take that one on the chest.
Don't go early,
A lot of
Dragon.
early pressure here. Looking for 3 sets of 6 in a row in their own line. Corey Norman. It's not a deep dropout.
43 metres it travelled, and here goes Welsh on the cutback. And starting at prop tonight, Big Nelson asks of a Solomona to come off the bench. Finucane playing away now to Bromwich. Tackled by Varve and Moses. Here's Croft. Goes at the line himself, Brodie Croft can't find a way through. Taken by Brown, good tackle that, important one. Smith scoops away, can Parramatta hold them out? Melbourne throwing everything at the Eels early, that's a penalty for a high tackle.
Yeah, Mitchell Moses on Cameron Munster.
Not quick, not quick.
Cameron Smith exploring out of dummy half, looking for the right receiver.
They've ignored the 2. Marnie made the tackle on Stimson. Smith again through Finucane. Dummies, ducks. A metre out. Away they come now to Bromwich. Here's Croft trying to hit it up into the line. Wrapped up by Jamin Salmon. 3rd game for Parramatta's number 6. Away now to Slater, and he'll roll it towards the in goal, and Chambers with great hands. Eventually, Parramatta is busted open here, and it's a combination of great experience. Slater to Chambers, but we need to go and check.
We have a try, ensuring that Will Chambers, when he takes possession, doesn't fumble it into a defender.
We don't get a sterner test than trying to defend 4 sets in a row against the Melbourne Storm. Both Chambers and Vunivalu are well on side. And Chambers gets in between Gutherson and Jennings. There's no problem with that. He takes the ball in. I think controls it. And this should be first points.
Will Chambers takes possession of the ball cleanly. And grounds the ball in the in goal. We have a decision.
We're about to see green lights for Will Chambers. A try that will settle any nerves in the Melbourne camp. After a couple of lacklustre performances, they're out to a 4-0 lead. Lovely deft kick by Slater. And Chambers, he had a bit of work to do.
He's just watching down here, Cameron Smith and Will Chambers and Jesse Bromwich. 3 real leaders of this team were just all together for around 30 seconds. Having a chat. Here's the replay of the try on the Harvey Norman replay. Billy Slater gets it perfect.
It was a pretty up-tempo start. But it's...
Yeah, he came right to the line, Billy Slater, and that brought Gutherson and Norman up. See how far he goes into the line before he kicks. Something Darren Lockyer we've seen a little bit of in the last couple of seasons, a kicking game from Billy Slater. He doesn't do it often, but pretty effective.
Yeah, and he's drifting across field. As you drift across field, it brings the outside men up. Perfect kick. A good decision by Smith to go with the tap.
So Smith, having kicked 1 from 3 last week, from inside the touchline, never looked like missing. It's Melbourne 6-0.
Just wait, Corey. It's on the clock, mate. Heaps of time.
Corey Norman to resume. A flat kick-off directed down to Brodie Croft, who does well. As approaches round 18, Brodie played the first 5 rounds of the competition and had a long stint out of the top grade. Round 17 against the Dragons, then 18 against Manly, both for victories, and then finds himself back in the Melbourne lineup with a great opportunity, you'd have to say. The finals 2 games away after this. Now Smith dishing a pass for Dale Finucane to go over the halfway. Here's Croft, takes on the line, Brodie Croft. He's looking to run. He's stopped there by Varve on the last tackle. Cameron Munster with a high one. Vunivalu's the man giving chase. Jennings put a shield there for Corey Norman to take the catch. But an offside player, Felice Kafusi, the man guilty of that.
Wait.
You're going to see plenty of points tonight. Rock hard surface here at Amy Park. And with that breeze, No dew at all over the surface. Oh,
Oh, dear, dear, dear. And nearly handed it back on the first tackle. Here's Nathan Brown. Another 200 running metre effort against the Dragons last week for Nathan. Now Marnie with the long ball, and then Moses went across to Foreman. And then up to the halfway, three-man tackle there for Melbourne. Ball played back by Niakore. And now it's with Vave. Then Marnie sends it off. Moses once more, short ball. Niakore, a second involvement within the space of 3 plays for Parramatta. That's the 30-metre line. And a Mitchell Moses high kick. A question for Billy. The ball's allowed to bounce. It bounces towards and then over the sideline.
well, Jared Hayne, he flew down there. He went off about 5 seconds before the ball comes down. And it spooks Billy Slater. Keep your eye on Jared Hayne. There he is in the green boots. He'll go up, which spooks Slater.
Yeah, he never had eyes for the football, Jared. He just had the one intention, and that was to try and make life as difficult as possible for the number one.
He took his eyes off the ball, Slater.
Hold in there.
Now, the earlier match,
Hold in.
42-34, the Gold Coast
Break early.
beating Manly in an unbelievable match. It was 22-10 in favour of Manly at half-time. Then the Titans came out and put them to the sword after the break. They looked like they were gone in the first half, the Gold Coast.
Well, you knew that defence wasn't a priority in that game. The Gold Coast, they conceded some really soft tries, but high-scoring affair. That's crazy. How can you score 34 and get beat comfortably?
Well, even more bizarrely, Manly had 2 players in the bin towards the end of the game, 2, and still made a run back and weren't too far away from running them down. You should go to the website, wwos.com.au for highlights. Slater now for Melbourne. Put down at 12, 13 metres inside Parramatta's half. Away to Brody Croft. He's been heavily involved. Now Munster with a deft kick in behind them. And the bounce was probably the only thing that saved Parramatta there in Jared Hayne. Craig Bellamy anxious about that one. Looks like it might have been something they practiced during the week there. Let's go to Brad's sideline.
Yeah, you can see by the bounce of that ball how hard the service. The breezes are going left to right on your screen, supporting the Melbourne Storm. It's about 20k, so...
Get on side. No, get on side.
When she gets up, she blows. So they want to get some points in this first half. And just when the boys ran out, the 2 Parramatta rookies, Ray Stone and Oregon Kafusi, they come out to the right-hand side and nearly sat on the Storm's bench. David Gow, the experienced player, called them back and said, boys, you're on the wrong side.
Thank you, Brad. Yes, Oregon Kafusi and Ray Stone, the 4th and 5th debutants for Parramatta this year. Tough place to get your first NRL cap down here at Amy Park.
Well, all 5 players who made their debut or will make their debut this season so far are involved in the 17-man squad tonight for Parramatta. As Moeroa, good carry inside the 20.
Tackle made by Welsh, sent away from Marnie, one of those 5 first gamers, and Vave nearly slipped out of that. Wants to play this quickly. It'll come away from Marnie to scamper before he goes to Nathan Brown.
Jesse, not fast. Didn't make the line, mate.
Now, I noticed in their warm-up, watched Parramatta warm up, and they were doing a lot of drills where Marnie was getting at a dummy half, and all the support were just flooding and supporting Marnie at a dummy half. And then the next play, the halves would take off, and they had so much close supports. What you hear players talk about flat and fast. That's what they were practicing in the warm-up.
That's the only way Tipai Moeroa knows. Straight and fast. Here goes Moses out the back now. Good surging defence. Curtis Scott rushing up out of the line. Put a good shot on Corey Norman. Here goes Brown. Met by Welsh, and Jesse Bromwich and Cameron Smith made 53 tackles last week against the Sharks, Cameron. Sent away from Marnie. Short pass. Here's Moroa off Moses. Oh, he slammed in. Another good tackle. That's Brody Croft on a bigger man. Quick play the ball. Gutherson slips one out. Now Brad Tukarangi for the line. A lot of second phase stuff here from Parramatta. They're looking dangerous and they're millimetres short of their first try here. Marnie with a long pass away. Goes through Salmon and then to Moses and then to Norman. Here's Jared Hayne down the sideline. He's bundled out, but there's a penalty.
What about the pick up from Hayne there? There's a penalty for offside. The long pass from Norman to Hayne at full pace. He doesn't break stride. Watch him pick up this ball. They run the ball in the last. Norman will throw the ball out in front of Hayne. Have a look at this.
Oh.
He is absolutely freakish. That doesn't look too hard, but he is running as fast as he can there. Look at that. The way he picks it up and doesn't break stride. Freakish.
Hasn't scored a try against the Melbourne Storm since his first appearance against them back in 2006, Jared.
I'll back him in tonight.
Oh, Moses with a juggle. And a tap on to Varve. The Jesse they were talking about was Bromwich. He comes away here. Moses. Here's Norman. Corey Norman slicing through now. There's players scattered in back play.
Now Michael Jennings runs a decoy.
Cameron Munster outside shoulder.
No try. Looking at obstruction on Cameron Munster.
Well, Cameron Munster will get stopped in the line by Michael Jennings. Keep your eye on the number 3. Jennings will go through on the outside of Munster and pulls up and stops Munster. Munster plays up to it. Beautiful acting there from Cameron Munster. But if you're running these decoys, you've got to go through the line. He stops in the line.
Michael Jennings runs onto the outside shoulder of Cameron Munster and causes an obstruction. We have a decision.
Yeah, that was a problem. If Jennings goes through and goes through that line, Cameron Munster can't react the way that he did.
That's the gap they're trying to explore, the gap between Cameron Munster and Curtis Scott. Which Parramatta's attacking setups. They're working to the left side, opening up that side of the field, trying to attack that gap between Munster and Curtis Scott.
Yeah, that's a good angle. Yes, Brad.
Yeah, it was interesting watching Jamin Salmon. As you saw Michael Jennings go into the line, Jamin Salmon ran from the left-hand side of the field. He went all the way out to be right centre inside Jared Hayne. That's where they made the extra man. If Jennings doesn't get penalised for getting in the defence line, it would have been Jamin Salmon that set up the nice try.
Away for Munster, now for Slater, now for Scott. Good tackle, Hayne around the legs.
You're on the mark. Get onside.
It's a good battle, that one. The two experienced campaigners in Hayne and Jennings up against the up-and-comer in Curtis Scott and the flyer in Josh Addo-Carr. Melbourne off the back of the penalty. They're just about the best in the comp at making opponents pay after infringements. Here goes Finucane running straight.
Well, the opening 18 minutes, Munster's looked to pass. He'll be looking to run soon.
Another one.
Is that 10 penalties already?
Hand on the ball there, and you can see the fingers go up. Jason Riles, assistant coach on the sideline, to say take the 2.
CJ.
We'll take a break. An easy one for Smith to put Melbourne 8-0 ahead. Is that an endorsement for Parramatta's defence to a degree, Pete?
Yeah, to a degree, no doubt about that. Melbourne Storm are coming out with some really nice formations, both sides of the field. They're getting decoys going through and hitting the edges. But I think all sides, if they're 6, 12, 18 in front, generally look to take the 2 to extend it beyond those converted try numbers.
We just saw the first interchange. Nelson, Sofa Solomona comes on. These forwards wouldn't even be tied. They wouldn't have even got a sweat up with all these stoppages. How many did we say? 10 penalties in 19 minutes.
There's the VB hard work index. It's Tepai Moroa getting through the lion's share of work. Playing up in the front row tonight. Munster with the collects. Back goes Jesse Bromwich. See Penny Terapo getting ready to come out for Parramatta. His 100th NRL appearance. All of those for the same club. There's Nelson. Didn't take him long to make an impact, did it?
Well, it was Reid Marnie, and that is a mismatch when it comes to... Reid comes up to about Sofa's knee, and that's where he tackles. He goes low all the time, so that could be quite a confrontation as Cameron Smith again out of dumb out wide past the Munster.
Wider one as well to Scott. In and away. Nice work. Great tackle. Hayne goes crunch. Oh, he's found form, Jared. Munster goes high. There's a contest. Ball's free here. It's come down from Melbourne. It's Brodie Crops who's gone over. The bunker will be called upon to inspect what's happened.
Finucane gets a touch on that.
They all know. Storm players know. Finucane goes up. They're all onside. Finucane will go up to get a hand to the wall.
Storm kick chaser onside at this point.
Yeah, there it is.
Play the ball.
Parramatta to get it back, courtesy of a changeover. That was the last tackle.
Wait for me.
And there is Terapo. His 100th appearance. An offload there for young Salmon, who is at the opposite end of his career, just playing game number 3 tonight.
Will Chambers setting himself to come flying in for a shot. In the first couple, Parramatta might be a bit further out now as Moroa brings it forward and goes to Chambers and Smith.
451 metres against 234 for Parramatta. Just going back to that game against St George Illawarra last week, the Eels collectively made 2,000 running metres and beat the Dragons in that area by over 700. That was how dominant they were in the centre of the field. Corey Norman sends a high one, a shallow one, straight off Slater's legs. The Eels have got a back penalty, Melbourne.
Clint Gutherson in front.
He was offside.
Well, Clint Gutherson's been called offside. He's screaming at the pocket referee that he wasn't. Billy Slater then, once again, got caught out. Where's Gutherson?
Yeah, he's on the right-hand shoulder, so yeah, he was in front of the kicker.
That was weird from Billy.
Well, he let one bounce over the other side of the field too earlier.
Yeah, the ball looked like it was drifting a little bit away from him.
Felice Kafusi confronted by Terapo and Jamin Salmon. Brodie Croft, Jesse Bromwich.
Here's peppering Mitchell Moses here, the Storm, once again.
Smith away now. Big Nelson charges through the line. He's up to the 10. He's still going. He's a Goliath. He plays it to Smith now. Gives it through Croft. Now to Kafusi. Oh, there was an intercept opportunity. It hasn't come off, and it's restarted the tackle count for Melbourne. Vunivalu against Moses that time. He keeps it alive over the top. Away now. Stimpson to Curtis Scott. Put down 5 metres out. And only 0 tackle because of that touch from Jennings on the opposite side of the field. Finucane. Gee, Marnie's got through some defence. He's there again around the legs. Now to Croft, plays short. Bromwich wrapped up, great tackle. Takarangi along with Salmon. They'll do well to withstand this Parramatta, and they've done it. Kafusi's made the mistake.
20,
Two great tackles there from the young 5'8", Jamin Salmon. Great tackle on Bromwich as Gutherson plays quick. And then a huge tackle on Kafusi. Shoulder up under the ball. Great play by the young 5'8".
George Jennings. Tackle within 12 of the halfway line. VB Friday Night Football. We're here in Melbourne. It's the Storm leading 8 points to 0 against Parramatta. But the Eels are certainly playing with some freedom. No points to show for it at the moment, but they've looked good with ball in hand as Hayne plays it back to Marnie. Comes away to Moses, and now for a hard run from Brown. Salmon floats one. It was a tantalising one for Croft, who thought about an intercept for a moment before Gutherson got it. He's 25 out from the line. High kick off the right boot of Salmon.
Yeah, no chases.
No pressure for Slater that time.
Yeah, some lazy work there from Takarangi, Gutherson and George Jennings, especially George Jennings, who hadn't been involved in those previous plays. Salmon kicked the ball deliberately back to their side of the field. Moreau was the only man who went forward. Addo Carr now had a dummy half, but he goes sideways.
To Glasby out there. Off to Newcastle next year, Tim. Now Smith trying to extract a penalty. Bumped off near Corey before he went over the halfway line. Taken by Brown and Moroa. Oh, he's hurt here, Cameron. He was twisted around there by Brown. And you don't often see Cameron stay on the deck. We'll keep a close eye on that. Not as close an eye as Craig Bellamy. Norman's got it now, and Smith's still down.
Yeah, this is serious.
Yeah, the trainer's looking towards the officials to, I think, stop this one. They're still 30 metres away, but the trainer now gets the attention of the whistleblowers.
Michael Jennings.
It was the second effort by Brown. I think his neck gets caught, no, it's his lower back.
Oh.
Brown will get down. It's the second effort where he picks him up and twists him. All legal. Nothing illegal there. Just in the contest, Brown trying to slow the play of the ball, trying to get Cameron Smith on his back. He twists him here.
Yeah, there you can see the grimace. Well, he's up on his feet.
Well, they've got Brandon Smith on the bench. He was brought into the 17-man squad. He would be the natural replacement. But
looks in pain. You can see in his face. By the look of it, the legs have gone.
Brad, down to you.
Yeah, the doctors of the Melbourne Storm were just down at the HIA TV and they believe he's hyperextended himself. You just see there's a point here, right now there. That's where it is.
Well, he's back in the defensive line, and he's the first bloke rushing up. A couple right-hand side of the referee there. Here he is, Smith right in the firing line. He'll get in there and be part of that tackle. It's impossible to break this bloke, isn't he? He broke the the appearances record that was held by our own Darren Lockyer when these two teams last met in week 1 of the finals last year. Here goes Slater. Off a floater. Oh, look at that for a ball. Sends a long one away to Curtis Scott. Tackled by Jennings. And now Addo Carr. 17 tries in 19 games for Josh. And he's tackled dangerously here.
Clint. Adam, can you just hold the mark?
Yeah, I got it.
Mate, a lot of different areas, but we need to tighten
They're
up.
all accidental.
Not all of them, mate. And we need to, mate, I'm just telling you need to improve the discipline. Cameron,
Cam.
you guys need to tidy up down there too.
Mel would have won the last 5 penalties. And 8-4 overall in favour of the Storm. Here's Croft to the line. Engages Slater. He's wrapped up well by Gutherson.
It's a tackle that had to be made. If Billy beats Gutherson, they had an overlap on the outside. Nice tackle on the edge there of Glasby.
Smith. Away now to Big Nelson. He'll be hard to pull down. He is just. Plays it on 4. Smith sends it away. Glasby's there again. Terapo in a wrestle. Ball's come out. Clean drop, say the referees. And now Corey Norman scampers away.
Yeah, they're hanging on, Parramatta.
Season's going to end too soon for Parramatta. Won 3 of their last 4. The one they lost was against South Sydney, where they had a good lead at half-time, and it looked like they were on track. They've really found some late-season form.
As I said pre-match, the game before those 4 with the Dragons, where they had to score 2 tries in the last 7 minutes to snatch victory, as Richard Moses kicks earlier in the count. He's kicked it out on the full here. That's a terrible mistake after what they've just endured down on their own line.
He stabs at the ball. It's like he second-guesses himself. He had to kick through this. You can see when he kicks it, he sort of stabs and stops at it. It's like anything. Once you commit, you got to commit 100%.
I didn't mind the tactic of kicking early. You can see there that Addo Carr was still up, but you've got to nail the execution. Now you've just invited Melbourne back to your line again.
With your foot.
3 years. Hold! Wait for the go.
Use your foot.
Go.
Support, release that grip.
Parramatta doing the bulk of the defensive work. Rick Nelson coming off the bench. He's been a handful. Doesn't matter what role he plays, he's always a handful. Glasby put down within 28 of the line. Croft now. Running at pace. Floats one away again. Another intercept opportunity looming there for Parramatta. Now, has Jennings got a hand on it? Yes, he has. And he touched it forward, so Melbourne will feed the scrum.
Shot clock on.
Well, Croft there, he isn't watching the defence when he goes to the line there. He's watching his own players. He'll have an eye on the defence, see what they're doing. He goes to the line here. Once you get into those, get right into the line there, you can't throw the long passes. They just scream intercept. He's having a chat there to his wingman, Vunivalu. If you're going to throw the long balls, you've got to go catch and whiz it early. Can't get right into the line and throw them long passes. They just scream intercept.
Munster for Slater. For Vunivalu on the opposite side of the field, and he's lined up well by Jarrett Hayne in a good tackle. And Munster goes at them himself. Here comes Moroa in concert with Marnie and Nathan Brown. That's the 10-metre line. Away now to Big Nelson. Asif Solomon. Oh, he got knocked over, and a great tackle there by Moroa from the inside, but he played it quickly. Smith goes the other way. Here's Croft once more. Slater off the back of that. Chambers tries to find a gap. Backhand pass for Vunivalu, who spears it back to Billy. He dummied to Nelson before he's wrapped up there in a good tackle. Now Smith, now Croft. 3 short of the line. They've done well so far, Parramatta, with their goal line defence. They've got one more play. Smith to the in goal. Chambers chases again. But Jennings is caught.
Yep, maintaining the pressure. And Melbourne Storm, after looking to go a little bit wider earlier, now trying to come through the middle of Parramatta. Probably not coincidence that it's on the back of a Sofa Solomona coming into the game. Cameron Smith here kicking deliberately to get the restart. Will Chambers putting the pressure on with the chase.
Well, they're bleeding the fuel tank, Melbourne. The Parramatta defence on their own line. They've been asked a lot of questions. Oh, no, and they've exceeded the dropout count.
What do you do, Jared? You take the tap? Yeah, Cameron Munster wants to do it.
No, I'd go for a try. They had that much possession. Nearly 60% possession.
Wow, they pointed to the post. Wow.
Well, if you've got 60% of possession, you want to be up by 3, at least 3 tries going into half-time.
Now, you could see just before he put boot to ball, Corey Norman, he was ready to go and he actually stopped.
On either end with
I'm saying, no, not that. It's a penalty, I'm saying.
Which put him behind the time clock.
It's a penalty.
But isn't it like a scrum?
No, it's a penalty.
Well, I'm surprised that they've opted to
mate.
take the points here. I would have thought they might have gone for more with all of the pressure they built. Brad Fittler.
There's Brandon Smith warming up on the sideline at the moment. Kenny Bromwich is also up, but I think Cameron Smith is coming off after the kick.
Did you see Cameron getting down to place this ball?
So he makes it 10 points to nil. He wanders off to collect the kicking tee. And he's running towards the sideline, and it looks like he is coming from the field. Well, this is a big moment in the match. Without jumping to too many conclusions here, we'll get a proper update from the sideline, but it could be a big moment in the season.
They're the hardest working
So Cameron Smith off for treatment on that lower back injury. Stay with us for the latest on that. We've got Brad down there with Darren, and of course halftime coming up soon as well with James. It's 10 points to nil. Brandon Smith goes in to do the dummy half work. So one Smith's off, another one's on. And Josh Addo-Carr. Hasn't seen much football tonight. Ran for another 200 metres against Cronulla on Sunday here. Just gone. Here's Nelson. Oh, lovely ball out the back. Slater with it now. It's up within 5 metres of the halfway line. Clint Gutherson, Parramatta's captain, with the tackle. Now Glasby, met by Gutherson. Throws everything into his work, Clint.
Yeah, I've been watching him off the ball, Gutherson, tonight. He's organising his edge. He's such a smart player. You see him constantly talking to the players around him. And he commentating what the opposition are doing. Just makes his tackles really smart.
Just his second game in the centres this season tonight for Clint. He's played a lot there before, but primarily full-back and 5'8". Now, David Gower's into the game, another one. Playing his 100th. A century for Gower, Peter.
Yeah, he's a tradesman. Well, he's actually better than tradesman. He's got more skill than a lot of people give him credit for. He went on for Niokore, who was, again, very good. Nathan Brown takes the ball forward. Reverses close to the halfway line on the last.
Now Marnie. For Moses. Oh, Vunivalu with a pass that went way over Billy Slater's head. He needed to be as tall as Sully asked you to catch that one. Gee. Oh.
Here's Ado Carr now. This is a huge 4 minutes coming up for Parramatta here. It's a hard-fought 10-0 lead to the Melbourne Storm. The Eels can't afford to go any further behind than that.
Now Croft's going to throw one downfield here. Is thinking about a 40-20. The angle wasn't right. Norman's back there for it. But he's wrapped up by Will Chambers on a kick chase. Hit hard by Brandon Smith that time, and Chambers backing up. Now Hayne. Oh!
No.
Now Crusher tackles the call. Three tackles in a row by Chambers.
His neck gets stuck, mate.
This is nasty.
Go 10, Brennan. Go 10.
Pressure on the neck.
So he gets him in a position. Hayne turns. Oh,
No,
just not
you
needed.
can't do that.
That is so dangerous.
In my book, there's intent in that tackle. As Gutterson takes it into Chambers.
So Parramatta, they've had barely any ball down this end of the park, and they get some within 2.5 minutes of the break. Here's Reid Marnie, away now for Terapo. Oh, pressure pass and a good tackle made by Munster. Racing out of the line on Mitchell Moses.
But when that happens and Munster stays at marker, you have to go to where he should be defensive. They should have gone the other way from that play the ball.
They go there this time, might be a bit late though, because Munster's back in the line. Salmon's knocked over. Legs tackled by Stimson. Could play the ball. Munster's played at it. Bounces away. He'll pick it up. And now Melbourne with a couple of minutes left in the half. They're trapped 25 out from their own line. So we've got Cameron Smith off because of a back injury. And Will Chambers, you're saying, Andrew, maybe with a case to answer over that.
For that? As he watched.
Well, I called for a final like 40 minutes, and that's exactly what we've got going into the break. This has been a really tough contest.
Here goes Brandon Smith. Now for Brodie Croft. He's electric when he runs it. And Brandon Smith doesn't know where to go. He found his man Munster in the end, who bangs one down towards the corner and finds the line.
I think Brad Arthur would be happy with his team at half-time. Brad Fittler spoke about the wind in the first half start of the game. It's right behind the Storm. I think defensively they've been really strong. When they've moved the ball and found some offloads, they've looked really dangerous with the ball. This second half, you get the feeling this game will go right down to the wire.
I think they need half-time, Joey, Parramatta. They've spilled a lot of energy. They've done a lot of defence on their own line. To only concede one try from the kick is pretty impressive. And I think they need to just get in and regroup and come out for another forceful 40 minutes.
Certainly a bit of resolve about their work, the Eels. Here goes Gower with a good energetic run. And wants to have a second tilt at them. He's put down there by Smith. Brandon Smith, that is, with Dale Finucane. Here's Moroa moving out onto the left edge.
He's had a huge
starting in the front row. This will be the last play of the half now. Salmon linking up with Mitchell Moses. He sent it out now for Norman, for Michael Jennings. Oh, he wanted Hayne there, but the ball goes behind and goes over the sideline. Tepai Moroa, the first man off up the sheds for Parramatta. But 10-0, very entertaining half of football this, and given the circumstances with Cameron Smith off the park. There's Brodie Croft playing tonight at halfback for Melbourne with Jerome Hughes injured. His team with the advantage here, 10 points to 0. Now Vunivalu's in the stayed in the sheds.
Well, he's gone. He's got hamstring tightness.
We've got the latest from Brad down on the sideline. Yes, Freddie?
Yeah, you just mentioned Vunivalu. He's out for the game, so they're down to 15 because Cam Smith is also out. They don't think it's as bad as it may have looked. Just feel like he's got some back tightness, so hopefully they get some good reports. Oh, hey!
Oh, look at this for a start to the half. It was off the feet of Maroa, and then Melbourne had a chance but knocked it on, so Parra get it back. Wow.
Parra fans, I like your chances in this second half. Have a look at this. Look at Maroa and have a look at the commitment to get the ball back.
It's nearly a knock-on against Maroa, you know. Yes, don't let the scoreline fool you. Only the one try scored, and it was off a kick for Melbourne. A couple of penalty goals as well on the back of that. But Cameron Smith gone for the rest of the game is quite obviously a huge impediment for Melbourne.
Yeah, Will Chambers moved out onto the right wing. Brody Croft playing one inside him. As Moses goes high on the last, not particularly high.
Here comes Hayne. He can't get a catch on it though. Oh, hang on, Addo Khan nearly away. Oh, the sidelines there as he put a foot on it. No. He doesn't need all that much of an opening, as we know, and there's Penny Terapo racing out of the line on Curtis Scott. Nelson Asa for Solomona. And now Slater gets it offload away after running for 15 metres. Now Chambers, oh, they've dropped it. Brody Croft puts it down, and Gutherson with the ball back for Parramatta. Long, lovely ball there from Marnie, about 25 metres and straight on the chest of Moses. Now Takarangi put down, that's the 30-metre line. Here goes Jennings, Michael, battering his way inside the 20-metre line. Stopped by Kenny Bromwich, who's gone on during the half-time break. Norman flung into the ground, good tackle Chambers. Sam in the dummy half, Gower racing up inside the 10. One-handed offload, back now, away from Marnie, through the legs of Terapo, who may have got a hand on this, but it's gone backwards.
Bend your back, Penny. The legs were a bit straight then.
It's a long way down. Now Takarangi gets an offload away. Moses has it. Salmon sends it away. Terapo again. Only tackle number 4. Flings one away. It's with Maroa now. 6 short of the line. Here's the last. Gutherson goes across to Moses. Now for Norman with a kick towards the in goal. Oh, it was a step or two too short, and Billy Slater runs it back.
Well, Parramatta on the last tackle there brought it back to where they had no troops. The kick had to have taken place on the other side of the field as Curtis Scott was taken by 4. And then it was a pretty simple handover to Billy Slater.
The crowd insistent that was an infringement against the home team. Referee said milking, and Brandon Smith now doing the dummy half work with Cameron gone for the rest of the game if you're joining us late because of a back injury. Munster very high here. Drop punt style kick. Fielded by Corey Norman, who's got nowhere to go.
Well, they have to attack to their left, Parramatta. The right side defence for the Melbourne Storm. They've got the back rower, Joe Stimson. He's defending as a halfback. Brody Croft is the centre. And then when they get the ball, Joe Stimson, he goes to the right wing.
Oh, that was a good tackle. And didn't Jennings bounce up and play it quickly?
Lockie.
A couple of weeks ago when the Storm played South and Vunivalu was out, and we had Chambers on the wing. South scored extra tries down that edge, so that's a place for Parramatta.
Here's a chance now. It's with the Jennings, Michael Jennings back in field. Question mark on the pass, and it's forward.
Great work from Jared Hayne to drift across field and open up the space on his outside for Michael Jennings. Just watch here, Jared Hayne. He comes across and he brings Curtis Scott in and opens up a 2-on-1. Takarangi on to Jennings.
Yeah.
And good hands from Mitchell Moses to immediately offload straight to Brad Takarangi to keep the movement alive as well, but called back for that forward pass.
Footy 4 nights a week in the run of the finals here on Channel 9's Wide World of Sports. We're down in the Shire tomorrow night for Saturday night football. 7 o'clock the time. The Sharks and the Cowboys, Jonathan Thurston's final game in Sydney. And then Sunday footy further south, down in Canberra. The Raiders up against the Roosters. We're on air from 3 p.m. there. Make sure you join us right across the weekend. Finucane, tough and determined. Beyond the 30 when he's put down there. Glasby still driving his legs, Tim Glasby. That's good work. Pulled down a metre short of the halfway line. Marnie was the tackler with Terapo. Inside pass, Slater. Slater away. Addo Carr's there. If he gets it to him, it's all over. He gave it too late. Early ball for Addo Carr, and he would have sizzled down the sideline. As it stands, he's still alive here. Back infield at 10. 12 metres out when he's trapped. Last tackle, Brandon Smith, Cameron Munster. A grubber towards the in goal. It sits up. They'll be trapped here, Parramatta, but I'm sure if Addo Carr got the ball earlier, he was gone.
Yeah, Michael Jennings gets away with one. When Slater gets in the clear, Jennings grabs hold of Kenny Bromwich. Watch the break here. Watch Jennings. He grabs hold of the 17 there, pulls his shorts. And Addo Carr gets the ball. Lucky there, Michael Jennings. That could have been 10 in the bin. And that's the side they have to attack the Storm. The combination of Munster and Slater.
Lovely little kick there by Munster too to sit up in the in goal. Yes, Brad.
I was going to talk about the kick from Munster. Normally they get the putter out and just kick it low and between the legs, but Munster realised there was legs out and he got the 7-iron and just a little chip through the legs. Beautiful.
Yeah, the backspin. Got it to pull up. Glasby with a run off a pass from Smith. Gee, first points are so important here in the second half. Munster away now for Curtis Scott. He's collared by the two internationals there in Jennings and Hayne. Smith a couple of passes wide that time. Finucane slipping over as he was met by Gower and Marnie. 12 short in the centre of the field now. Brandon Smith to the right-hand side. And Glasby, he's got a big motor, hasn't he? He's in the middle of everything since he's come onto the field. Nelson Arce for Solomona. Can they get around the footy? He's got it down.
You got it down.
Okay, cheers. That will be last tackle. Have a try. Just confirming that Nelson Asafa Solomona retains possession.
He's a huge man, Asafa Solomona, last tackle. And you can see once he got close to the line, it was just all desire to get the ball down.
Nelson Asafa Solomona has maintained possession to this point.
Don't forget to on-field call his try.
Down there.
Yeah, I think it gets
Now
down
looking to
some
determine whether he
stage.
gets the ball to the ground.
There we go.
And he grounds the ball on the in goal. We have a decision.
Big charge, big play. As Matt pointed out, the opening points in the second half absolutely crucial to this game, and Melbourne Storm are about to lead 16-0.
Let's go to Brad.
I was talking at half-time how he was the difference. Have a look at this bloke. 125 kilos, runs like a centre three-quarter. He's just a weapon. 5 metres out, nearly unstoppable. Nelson Asafa Solomona. Thank God I don't play anymore.
Yes, he's a beauty.
When I say 16-0, this needs to be converted. Brodie Croft stepping in for the injured Cameron Smith.
Right next to the sticks. Well, Parramatta have been better than this. The scoreline doesn't reflect their effort so far. Croft sends it over. It is 16-0. So Melbourne with a handy lead now. Still only the 2 tries to speak of. 16-0. It's a good lead for a team like Melbourne who can control things the way they do, albeit without Cameron Smith for the rest of the game. Here's Nelson again on a surge upfield. Suliasi Vunivalu with a hamstring on ice. Well, they're not without their worries, Melbourne, despite the scoreline. Nelson's got a problem with the leg now. And Finucane's been cut open. He's off for HIA.
How many cuts do you reckon he gets during the year, Finucane?
Well, he's been super in this game. No surprise that he leads the meters game.
Nelson is in trouble. I think if he's got a sore ankle, he's carrying a fair bit of weight.
Munster will send it down long on tackle number 4. That's the Nelson tackle there.
He's coming off.
Wow, well, Finucane's gone HIA. Nelson Solomona's gone off. Smith's gone for the game. Vunivalu's gone for the game. Don't forget the Chambers tackle in the first half. They might be leading 16-0, but the headaches might start at full time for Craig Bellamy.
So it's pretty much Jesse Bromwich. Available to come on as he does.
Well, Gutherson appealing for a penalty for a second effort there. Now Terapo. Look at this big penny. Terapo with a charge.
He runs so hard. Every run accelerated down.
Gutherson giving to Gower, who stands over the halfway. Put down by Kenny Bromwich. The brothers Bromwich, in fact, Nelson's moving very poorly, as you can see there up the tunnel. And Mitchell Moses scampers away from the defence, rolls one in. Slater covers it. There's a wall of blue and gold there. Oh, Billy's dropped the ball. Here we go. Here's Parramatta's chance. Penalty.
Outside 10, go for
it. Just about is a shimmin, isn't it? They take the tap and take off. Niakore's the man. He's put down within 7 of the line. They're being stretched here for troops, Melbourne. The Parramatta try will make this very interesting. Gower put down 2 out. Moses. Lovely tap on. Hayes. There's nowhere for Jared to go, though. Curtis Scott sliding across to drop him down in the tackle. Here goes Corey Norman. For Terapo. Offloading. Oh, it's taken a touch there from Brandon Smith. They get another set of 6 as well. Michael Jennings put to ground. 15 short of the line. Corey Norman for Gower. Tackled by Kafusi, 5 out. Marnie for Norman. For Mitchell Moses. Away now for Niakore, didn't give the ball. Melbourne's defence very good here, especially given the circumstances. It nearly broke down there. Salmon fires a spiralling ball out to Gutherson. He'll step back in. Salmon's dropped it.
Oh, just no patience there by Parramatta.
Come up here.
And really no organisation. We can go sideline to sideline.
All up.
Can't pass your way to victory against Melbourne Storm.
No,
hard running on the advantage line, but close support. Dig into the line. If you can get an offload, they trouble the Melbourne Storm, any offload. Then if you get forward and attack out of dummy half, you can't pass your way to victory. Lockie.
Yeah, well, the Storm, they've got no one on the bench at the moment. We've got Vunivalu and Smith, they're gone for the rest of the game. You've got Finucane getting his head stitched up, and then Asafa, we don't know exactly, but it's lower right leg at the moment.
I saw Robbie Kearns earlier. He looked fairly fit. Yeah, Parramatta, you've got to play straight. Melbourne Storm have got outside defenders who will come in, and once you've established something in the middle down in that attacking zone, then you can go a little bit wider. But no, they'll eat you up all day with that kind of attack you just saw from the Eels.
Kafusi thought about passing to Croft, who was the man on his outside, but didn't. Now Chambers. Stealing 10 metres. Stopped by Tepai Moroa on tackle number 5 for Melbourne. Munster with a high one. Haynes the man in the firing line. Good take by Jared Hayne.
He's done, Jesse. Hold!
There's Corey Norman. Hit hard by Jesse Bromwich. And Brandon Smith there as well.
Very bunched at the moment, Parramatta.
Look how bunched they are. And they're one out. You go forward against the Storm, you need players pushing around the ball runner. They get a penalty. Very lucky there.
And they're off quickly. And it's Gutherson, no surprise.
They're just sending their big men one out, trying to get a quick play of the ball, trying to get to an area and have a big shot. They've just got to be pushing forward on every play.
Here's a short pass to Niokore with a straightening run.
Now play off that.
Good tackle, Bromwich. Moses did the dummy half work. Brown with the carry. Stopped on the 10. Tackle number 4. Corey Norman's out on the right wing. Jared Hayne is a couple right. Now penalty here.
Niokore, he got in behind him, got a quick play of the ball, and then the next play Nathan Brown got. That's where your halves have to stand up with the advantage line. It's got to be creative play. That's where Moses has to handle the ball and just go at the defensive line with numbers around him.
Yeah, well, now early in that set, Corey Norman out onto the right wing, and that allows Jared Hayne to go back to fullback in these positions.
Line out to Niokore again. He's had plenty of ball, hasn't he? Now Moses, he nearly got tangled up with Brown. He's got it, Moses. Thought about a kick there on tackle 1. Thought better of it. Go back to Gutherson. Put down by Brodie Croft around the legs. Second tackle. They got plenty of time here, Parramatta. Now Terapara. Oh, Brandon Smith with a bell ringer. Here's Moses. Here's Hayne. Can Hayne bring this game to life? He's a metre short. Munster with the tackle. 4th play. Moses wants the in goal. Good work, Brodie Croft. He was awake to that.
Again, a lack of patience there. That was well covered. You could see that the Melbourne Storm hadn't raced up on the outside and were waiting for that. Is that O'Carr out of dummy half now?
Oh, Scott running hard. He's a ferocious runner of the ball for a young man, Curtis Scott. If you're wondering why Parramatta might be looking a bit bunched behind the ball, that's the answer. 253 tackles against 209. Oh no! Fullback and winger, Norman on the wing, and Jared Hayne were looking at each other, but the ball took a leap towards the sideline. Now Jared Hayne with that blood on the chin, that's from that awful cut we saw last Saturday where he copped a boot.
Let's hope they don't strap him. Let's hope they don't strap him up the same way.
Let's get our 6. Let's get our 6.
It is a big scoreline, Matt, isn't it, for the contest we've seen?
Absolutely.
Less than 10 seconds.
I don't know about you, people, you're just waiting for Parramatta to do something here, and given that Melbourne are down to no players on the bench, I think fatigue might become a factor for the home team at some stage as well.
Well, there's plenty of time. We've still got a quarter of this game to go.
Stay up on marker.
This is Terapara again. He's playing like a man possessed tonight. He's 100th. He brushed off Brodie Croft up to the halfway. What a game he's having. Kenny Terapara. Offload.
Called held. Tackle 4. Called held, guys. Nathan. Mate, it's your ball. Called held.
Push up now, Felice.
Tackle 4. Felice, come up. Use your foot, Nathan.
Corey back to the centre of the park. Brandon Smith making the tackle with Christian Welsh. With the last, Moses, aerial attack. It's too long.
Play on.
And here comes Billy Slater in his penultimate home match here at AAMI Park. Regular season match anyway. They could play a final here, of course, but last home and away game for Billy on this ground will be against the Panthers in round 25, and we'll be bringing you that on VB Friday Night Football. Out the back, deliberately done there by Kafusi and scooped up by Smith, who's lost it this time. And now Parra try and go on a counter-attack. It's with Michael Jennings.
Give room now.
Well, they bring it forward. Big moment for a young man about to take place. And number 14, Oregon Kafusi. Out there now, a lovely run again from Moiroa. He's had a huge game tonight.
29 metres short of the line. Come across now for that man, Oregon Kafusi. Wentworthville Jr., part of the under-20s team for Parramatta last year. Here goes near Corey, within 6 metres of the line. Wants to play it quickly. Gee, that's almost a sin bin. He's gone. He's gone. It's Munster. They were stretching the friendship against their own line, Melbourne.
Time off.
No one on the bin, and now down to 12 players. The Melbourne Storm are right under the pump now.
Just wait.
Now Cameron Munster, is he going the scenic route here? Is he going via the MCG?
Well, what he's doing is giving the side a rest. He's got to leave the field in front of home fans. He could have left the field down around the 10 metre area.
So this has to be Parramatta's chance with 20 minutes to go on the hour mark. Varve struggling to the goal line, but might be able to get it down. Heavy traffic around the ball. Marnie out now for Moses, now for Hayne, now for Norman, now for Gutherson. Forward pass, they're saying.
Okay.
That's a well-worn path for Craig Bellamy.
Oh,
Well, he's gone.
yeah. This is the sin bit of Munster. The leg pull. Off you go, son. Ooh. What do you reckon, Joey?
No.
One down. Shot clock off. Out. Down, Nathan.
Well, Craig's back.
Oh, he always comes back.
Okay, Nathan, no more. Let's go,
Kenny Bromwich. 12 short of halfway. Brandon Smith, Brody Croft. Away to Felice Kafusi. Tackle there by Corey Norman up in the main line. They go to a Brody Croft kick. Now that's taken a boot of a Parramatta player, but I don't know that it's been played at.
Yeah, it's good play. That's what his side needs. There's some more claret flowing out there.
Now the positive news for Melbourne is they've got Dale Finucane back on the sideline. He was HIA'd and then was bandaged up because of that cut.
Well, he needs to be attended to. They can't have the blood flowing out there and on the jersey.
There's Dale Finucane. You can't keep him down for very long. He's right in front of Brad Fittler.
Well, he's been cleared of his HIO, obviously. He's got about a minute or so to go till he's allowed back on. So they're desperate to get him back on. So it's extra moment. It's about 17 v 12 to the Storm.
Thank you, Brad. Still 16-0. Oregon Kaufusi. Played back by Reed Marnie. Sent away now to Moses. And to Jennings. He's tackled well there by Curtis Scott. Now Norman with it, second receiver. It's a short ball away. And it's the young man Kaufusi once more. Marnie out of dummy half. Oh, that was a questionable ball. Now Haim with it. Last tackle. Can't keep it alive. And Brandon Smith, the man who dives on it.
Well, one, it was last play and was never on. And two, there was no communication. The outside men have overrun Jared Hayne on the set play. Just the halves here for Parramatta, they have to take control. Playing against a team under a lot of pressure, 12 men. Defending with 12 men. But
and they have to play fast and straight. The play before that one, Moses went to the line and it looked dangerous.
Now Smith. Tenacious run at a dummy half. Nathan Brown, Tepai Moroa leading the hard work index. And Dale Finucane leading it from Melbourne. Now Brown standing over Brandon Smith, who's been hurt now. Oh, gee, it's a knee problem. Well, he's replaced Cameron Smith, who's gone for the game.
is there strapping on that knee? Oh, he gets twisted up there. Has he already got strapping?
It goes higher up into the top of the leg, Joey, I think. I think it's more up into the thigh, bottom of the buttock.
Well, this is a high attrition rate for the Storm tonight. They've been battered, quite literally, Brad.
Yeah, if you talk about the Parramatta side and the control, it's quite hard. Jared Hayne's gone from wing to fullback. Corey Norman's gone from fullback to 5'8". Clint Gutherson has gone from centre to wing, and Jamin Salmon has gone from 5'8" to centre. No wonder they can't get any control.
Brody Croft stabs it downfield. Oh, the ball took a turn away from Hayne. He's under pressure. He's under pressure. He got it back.
Offside.
And they're offside.
It's out 10, boys. Hang on.
Now there's Brandon Smith. Well, he can barely run.
Surely they get it done here, Parramatta.
Jamin.
Brandon Smith, he dead set cannot lift his leg. Watch him try to get up out of this tackle here, number 18. Can't run.
Well, they got
surely as a halfback from the opposition from Parramatta, you're watching that. You're licking your lips. Getting plays around him, getting Hayne at him, changing the angles.
Kaufusi and Smith's there. He got him. Up around the ball, but he lost the footy here. Well, there's a reward for effort for Brandon Smith, who's playing on one leg and still threw himself in the way.
Back here, guys.
Yes, Brad.
Yeah, Brandon Smith, the medical staff on the sideline are talking medial, so he's running around with a busted medial.
And once again, you get to set start scrums. As a halfback, you've got to be scanning the opposition. Looking at the big man, see who's tired, who's blowing, who's under fatigue. If you're looking at Brandon Smith and the way he's hobbling, you're talking to your fullback and your dummy half, and you're just putting plays around the ruck going at Brandon Smith.
It's Curtis Scott. With all of these players off and players struggling with injury out there, they haven't conceded a point yet, Melbourne. This is why they're the reigning premiers. Here's Jesse Bromwich now with a strong surge. Led by the first gamer in Oregon, Kaufusi. 25 out from the line. Brody Croft, short ball. Christian Welsh. Put down on the 20-metre line. There's Smith. Spiralling the ball away to Dale Finucane. He busts inside the 10. One more try here for Melbourne. And it becomes almost an insurmountable task for Parramatta. Last tackle, it'll be a changeover. Bromwich pulled down on the final play.
Yeah, we've got a Parramatta player hurt here. That's Varve, but the man on the other side of him is in worse condition. I think it's Nathan Brown. Yes, it is. It was a very, very good tackle on a charging Jesse Bromwich.
Gets his head in the wrong spot. Gets his head in an awful position. Oh, it's Varve gets his head down. And then
Brown gets cleaned up around the...
It's a double whammy.
Yeah. A bit like Adam Reynolds last night. He copped 2 really bad knocks on both occasions. It was a teammate that cleaned him up. Don't know why they call it friendly fire.
There's nothing friendly about it. Might go to Brad here. I can't remember too many games, Brad, where we've seen so many players busted up.
Oh, it's quite incredible then on the back of it having someone sent to the sin bin. But, you know, this is what the Storm club has been renowned for, is just finding a way to win. And they've just got the ball down the other end and they've put enough pressure on Parramatta where they've just sort of lost their head. They just can't come up with anything organised, the Parramatta side. But this is what they're all about, Melbourne Storm, is what you get, just a gritty team. And 3 minutes till Cameron Munster gets back on the field. So far, they've done a fantastic job.
Yeah. He's itching to get back out there and help his team, Cam Munster.
Well, this is some effort from Brendan Smith. I'm watching him try to get back in the defensive line. He cannot run. You're watching him get in the defensive line. He cannot run.
They're stacked out here, Parramatta. Hayne with it, drawing and passing. Away now to Salmon. He's down the wing. He wants to get it back on the inside. He's knocked over by Slater and Addo-Carr. He has another go at them. Held was the call. So he's got to go back on the mark and play it. You almost think they have to score here, Parramatta. They've got time, but they've got to start somewhere. Kaufusi. Oregon Kaufusi. Here's the last. It comes out now for Hayne, who sends it away to Moroa. Again, they can't maximise the opportunity they've got. George Jennings there. His brother Michael with a pat on the back. Brandon Smith finally given a reprieve. And what do they do at dummy half? Cameron Smith's gone, Brandon Smith's gone. Who can they play in the number 9 role? Might be Kenny Bromwich, who's done a bit of that before, I think. I don't know what the answer to all that is, Brad.
Kenny Bromwich will go into dummy half, he'll play hooker, and Tim Glasby will go to the edge.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, a well-deserved round of applause that for Brandon Smith.
That was a gutsy effort, wasn't it, from Brandon Smith? Side needed him, and he was there for them.
Surrender! Hold! Go right. Don't come up.
There's Welsh.
What's the head, Mitch? Work out, Oregon.
Line out of Jesse Bromwich. We're about to see another first gamer come into the fray for Parramatta. Young Ray Stone is up on his feet. Another one that's come through the junior system at the Eels. Highly regarded, tough young man, they reckon. There's Brodie Croft. Stabs one in. Wants the touchline and finds it. Here's Cameron Munster. Oh, gee.
You don't have to be much of a lip reader.
Kids are in bed, aren't
I
they?
think a big part of that is to hold on to the ball.
Well, what they do need to do is get some Windex into that coach's box where Craig Bellamy sits. That window's an awful mess. He's been screaming into the glass all season. I don't think they've cleaned it yet.
Ray Stone out there now in jersey number 20. About to get his first taste of the top grade. Here he comes.
Oh, Kenny Bromwich up there around the neck.
Get your fancy plays and just throw them out. Someone go at the line with some speed.
We're back to 13 on 13. Munster's out there.
You can't come down to Melbourne looking to play pretty, trying to beat them.
Going to go through the hands. No, they're not. They're going to kick. In the last minute, Slater covers.
Well, I think we saw in the first set of the game from Parramatta the way to a play. Nathan Brown took the ball forward, little left foot step, attracted the outside defender and put a man away on his outside. That's got to be Mitchell Moses, Corey Norman, Jamin Salmon's go with the football. Off the right play the ball.
9 minutes left. Really good run. Tough stuff. Kenny Bromwich. Now Addo Carr with a blistering pace out of dummy half. Into Parramatta territory. Addo Carr still going. The Melbourne fans love that one. Last play, 30 out. Slater for Munster. Oh, the bouncer comes straight back for Brody Croft. Around the corner for Curtis Scott. 20-0 with a kick to come. And this looks like going down as one of the grittiest wins from Melbourne Storm team we've seen.
Yeah, he's been very good, Brody Croft. When Cameron Munster left the field, he did take over, mainly through his kicking game. Josh Addo Carr setting this up. The Fox out of dummy half on the Harvey Norman replay. Put through 3, 4, 5 players. And then on the last tackle, Cameron Munster just dinked it over. Jared Hayne got a terrible bounce, slipped in the process. Croft was there to find Scott, which wraps it up. Darren Lockyer.
Well, they're such a great team. They just absorbed all that pressure with 12 men. And we see here, well, before the Addo Carr run, it was Bromwich. Nice little kick there and just loses his footing. But still, all the effort they put into their defence of Storm to come up with the energy there with the kick chase, come up with points. Unbelievable effort from them. Here it is here. It's the Bromwich run. They were out on their feet, and then that gives Addo Carr one marker, and then he set sail on a great run, and then they finish it up like this.
Yeah, when you have a look, there are 5 Melbourne jerseys there to 2 Parramatta jerseys. When the kick went over, everybody dropped off and thought, well, okay, well, Jared Hayne will have that covered. The bounce eluded him, and there were purple jerseys lining up.
Curtis Scott, such a promising young player who thrives on the tough stuff. Loves running those hard metres out of his red zone. Not a great kick by Brody Croft. 20-0. Very tenacious performance this by Melbourne. Look to have it parcelled up now. I guess the main problems they'll face now are what happens post-game with all these injuries.
Well, that's the big thing, isn't it? The fallout from this game in regards to health. Won't preempt too much, but I believe Will Chambers will have a case to answer.
Munster, lovely tackle and play, that's forward.
Can we get a shot of
Ball
Craig
up.
Bellamy, please?
Shot clock on. This will be hard too.
Oh,
Yeah, guys. Yeah.
you know the stress balls you can buy where you squeeze?
You'd
Buy
have,
him a bucketful.
you'd have to love it, wouldn't you?
Need to get him onto Freddie's yoga routine. Can he go and give him a couple of pointers about relaxing, Brad?
I think he's up there with his shoes off doing a bit of earthing. It was funny, actually. I was speaking to Jason Riles and we were talking about the changes, and he said Tim Glasby to the edge. I'm not sure about his passing game. And he comes up with a cracker.
Oh, not a great ball there. Stone to Kafusi, the two first gamers.
Well, of course, from Parramatta's point of view, apart from not getting the 2 competition points, the for and against is terrible for them as well.
Very important when you're engaged in a battle of trying to avoid the wooden spoon. There's Ray Stone. Sent away to Moses. Ball to Moroa, which the crowd thought was forward. He's up to the 10-metre line. He'll play it here on the final play. Not a great pass from Stone once more. Moses with a kick towards the air. Good take. It's Munster. We've got 5 left here at Amy Park. And a gutsy performance from Melbourne, although Scott's lost this one. And Josh
One, Jerry.
Correct.
He just wanted to go for a run there to show his pace off.
And then Curtis knocks on.
Over here, guys.
Shot clock on.
Can they find some points here, the Eels? Four and a half left. 20-0.
Shot clock off. Hold the weight.
Picked up by Gutherson, sent away to Norman, then to Jared Hay, now to Salmon with nowhere to go. Stimson and Kafusi, they were the 2 tacklers. Now to Penny Terapo. Stop 5 short of the line. There's Stone, there's Nathan Brown. It's good to see him out there still after that problem with a knee. Looks like he's shaking it off okay. Stone rushes in the dummy half. Spears one away to Salmon. He'll float it back to Corey Norman. He'll then send it out to Mitchell Moses, who then tries a backhander. It's with Takarangi. Now it's back to Stone. They're going sideways here, Parramatta, but not too many metres gained in a forwardly direction. Kick now for Brad Takarangi. Oh, Gutherson with a catch, and I think he scored.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think?
I don't think so. It would be miraculous if he did.
Try,
Well-
clearing touchline, touching goal, mate.
Just got a feeling this ball might touch the
I'll see, mate.
sideline.
I'll see.
Parramatta kick chase are onside. Clint Gutherson takes possession cleanly.
Does he drop that? Give it a try.
I reckon the point's up in the air, don't you?
I'd love to think it was. Well, it's gone up as a try.
Yep.
Is there definitive proof there?
We should look at these in real time. Super slow-mo.
I think when he puts it down, the ball touches the white line at the same time. But, as I
Looking to
say,
determine Clint Gutherson maintains possession of the ball.
well, I don't think his hand ever leaves the football,
Yeah, but don't you have to re-grip or something or other?
but only if it leaves the hand. And in the old days, this would have been no try because the corner post would have negated a try.
Can we just get on with it and make a decision, please?
Well, he said try.
It's got to be a
We've
try.
proven it isn't a try.
We've had 100 views. If it's gone
Clint
up,
Gutherson maintains possession of the ball and grounds it in the in goal. We have a decision.
There we
Oh,
go.
well done.
Brad Takarangi kicked the football.
So there's the try. 20 points to 4. Parramatta's first of the night. And I don't think the photo with Winks tomorrow at Randwick will be quite that close, Pete.
Well, let's see. Desperation stakes at the end. Gutherson an amazing job to get that down.
What an effort from Gutherson.
So you're tipping Winks.
I think she'll probably win. Away it goes, 20 points to 4.
Yeah. Mate, it's how it is.
Munster sends this one well up into the air. Lovely kick. And the youngster, Oregon Kafusi, with his first taste of NRL tonight. Now, Brad Takarangi, who was the man that put that kick through for Gutherson to score. Played by Terapo, 13 short of the halfway line. Now for Salmon. Up around the ball, Brody Croft with the tackle. Will Chambers there as well. We might have an issue or two to deal with in the fallout from this as well. Penalised for what's colloquially known as a crusher tackle in the first half. Here's Moses, gets on the outside of his man, sends it to Jennings, puts a chip in over the top. Slater falls over. Moses kicks it ahead and scores. They get back-to-back tries.
Going to check the onside here.
Chids, that will be back to tackle 1. Have a try, confirming that Mitchell Moses is onside.
No, he's offside, I think. Go the inside there. See him with the fluoro green boots. I think his front leg.
Mitchell Moses is in front of the kick. We have a decision.
So that'll be a penalty to the Melbourne Storm. Billy's had a couple of nervous moments tonight.
Did Billy play at that ball? So does that make Mitchell Moses back on side?
I think he's within the 10 when he played.
I don't know if he was within the 10. If you have a look when Slater actually touches it. So he's offside here, but the ball goes... Does Billy Slater plays at the ball?
Yeah, he's only 4 metres away, so he's come inside the 10.
It's been a gutsy win by the Storm. But moving forward, they've got Titans next week away.
Penrith to finish off here. Brandon Smith.
Well, he won't play it.
Vunivalu looks like he's in a world of pain.
So far, Solomona's got the crutches.
And Cameron Smith.
That's never a good sign.
Yeah. Cameron Smith's the big one. He hasn't been seen since about 8 minutes before half-time with a back problem. There's Cameron Munster, sends it away over the touchline. So they'll bring up another 2 competition points here, the Melbourne Storm. They've broken that sequence of consecutive losses. But the finals are a couple of weeks away and they might have a headache or two. We'll have a full wrap-up of things coming up at full time, of course. James Bracey and the team, and any news we get on the injury front, we'll bring that to you. And this result too will take Melbourne back to the top of the table, and Parramatta in last place now. They slide down the ladder for and against wise, and they're back to 16th. But Melbourne have reclaimed #1 spot on the table. What was touted as a danger game for them, they've been able to escape with the 2 points, and it's been a very resilient performance.
Yes, after 2 straight losses, they made the point they haven't put 3 losses in a row since 2015. Yeah, there's a lot to like about their performance tonight. Plenty of trials and tribulations out there during the course of the game, and Parramatta threw plenty at them. A lot of effort from Parramatta, just didn't provide the smarts to back that up. But physically they were very strong tonight.